everybody. I'm back. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm back. All right, let's get this show underway because it's been a while. I've been busy. I've been tired. You guys know how it goes. Life gets in the way sometimes. And I'm doing this for free, so. Mr. F-Town Bala is lit. So I'm going to add him into the call. I'm going to jump over here and grab Lance. He said he was going to be mute for the first little part of the show. He's cooking dinner. Let's see, who else can we get? Let's add Kim in here and see if she answers her ringing phone thingy. Anybody else wants to add in? If you have me on Skype, hit me up and let me know. I tried to get a hold of Prepper Chicks just a little bit ago, sent her a text. I haven't heard back from her yet, so we'll see what happens there. Anyhow, who's going to answer? Anybody going to answer? Come on, Dave. You're lit. Come on, Dave. Come on, Dave. Where's Kim? Come on, Kim. She might be at work. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, who else piled into the room here? Let me go through the list here and say, hey, what's up to everybody? Mr. AK, Mr. Todd. Let's see. Mark's in the room. Map. I didn't type hi to you, buddy. I didn't see you slip in there. What's up, Map? Jake. What's going on, buddy? Mr. Factor Matt. Who else made it in? Who else? Ricky's in there. I said hi to him in the room, I think. And Saint. What's going on, Mr. 31? All right. That's everybody that I'm seeing chat in there. And it's showing 19 people watching me, so we'll see what's going on. Everybody jump over there and give me a big thumbs up. All right. Thanks. Or thumbs down. I mean, it doesn't matter. If you don't like the show, fuck it. Give it a thumbs down. I don't care. Come on. Unavailable. Who said unavailable? Try the call again. Can't get on. All right. Let's try it again then. We'll jump over here and we'll start a new original call. Boom. There's connecting to David. It's ringing on David's end. Connecting to Lance. Calling Lance. Trying to call again, Lance. Answer the phone, Lance. Come on, Lance. Let me know it's working, Lance. What the hey, man? Well, I came on. Oh, there's a text from somebody. Oh, yeah, I know. I'm trying again, Lance. I already did. Answer the phone, doof. Answer the phone, doof. So, Skype's not working for some reason tonight. What's up with that shit? Unavailable, it says. Let me see. Do you see this call? Let's see if anybody types back. Oh, Lance is typing back. Yes. Then answer it. Boom. I'm calling again. Hey.
Eric, can you hear me?
Right on, Lance Musser.
All right. That one worked.
Right. Still can't get David on. He's lit, but he's not answering. So I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, at least we got through on the call.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I'll try to add Kim into this one too. And doink. See if she answers. I don't know. She's not lit. So I don't know. She might be working. And then if she is, she's probably bitching at me for ringing her phone.
Yeah, right.
So you said you were going to be on mute. You're not going to be on mute? You done cooking?
It's still got like 10, 12 more minutes before it's done. So.
Oh, okay. So everybody wants to know, man, what are you cooking? Is it worth eating?
Salisbury steak and noodles and making my own stroganoff.
You're making TV dinners for your kid, man? Come on. Come on.
Absolutely. Swanson's or whatever it's called. Or not Swanson's, but the banquet.
The Hungry Man dinners?
Yep. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's the 6-pack of Salisbury steak. I got, I've just put some beans in the soak for tonight because I got a ham left over from a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm making some ham and beans for tomorrow.
Hello.
Hey, what's
Hey,
up,
what's
Kim?
up, Kim?
Didn't know if you'd
Oh,
answer or
just
not.
sitting
I
here
didn't
doing
know.
a little filing. My day off.
Oh, cool. I caught you on your day off. I didn't know. I figured you were probably cussing me at work going, why is my phone ringing?
Oh God, no! I always get home by around 8 o'clock. That's
Oh,
usually the
sweet.
latest ever.
Sweet. So you're always going to be available
Yeah.
for the show.
Absolutely.
You must be sitting out back. I can hear the crickets and frogs and stuff.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you if that was okay, or did you want
That's
me to
absolutely
silence
okay.
my phone?
No. That's absolutely okay.
Okay.
If they were doing
Okay.
it here, I'd have the critter mic up in the window. So
Oh, good, because there's like a big creek out here, and it's so nice. I love it. It's in the woods, and you just hear a lot of stuff going on out there.
very cool.
A lot of birds during the daytime.
Yeah, very cool. All right, so let's jump into the fray. I guess I'm waiting on David to pick up his end. I don't know. We'll try to get him at it in there again. See, I don't know. It's on your desktop, Bubba. Ringy. Okay, so since we're trying to add him in, let's go ahead and jump into whatever else we want to talk about. Anything on your mind? Let's talk about the firing of James Comey.
Oh, I know. Oh my goodness. So I think that's just another thing. Here, watch the left hand, Jimmy. No, Kim, watch the left hand. Nope, Lance, you watch the right hand because you're actually not looking at the left hand. And then Lance figures it out.
Yeah, it's a distraction for sure.
But what was the point? You know,
Yeah, what did it matter? The guy's a big dum-dum.
I don't. Putting somebody else in charge if they're a part of the whole menage a trois that's going on up there on Capitol Hill, left fucking right and right fucking everybody else. It's just it doesn't matter who they put in the the big throne. Nobody believes in the FBI anyway.
It doesn't matter
Yeah.
who they put in as president either. So I mean,
Yeah,
No,
it doesn't.
no,
It doesn't
no.
matter. And hey, have you guys ever looked at the old clips of different videos, footage, and clips of just different various things where it was very, exuberant. People were talking and being very, exuberant and aggressive and, full of excitement because this stuff was going on. If you go back from year to year with these different clips, it's like they're playing a show. It looks ridiculous. The outfits
Absolutely.
change, the faces change, but it's just like a ridiculous, outrageous.
Well,
Like,
and the whole
soap opera.
the flip flopping that's going on Capitol Hill. All the Democrats back in the day, they wanted Comey fired, and now that he's fired, they're like, "Oh my God, there's something behind this. We got to investigate Trump."
Oh my God.
It's just it's
ridiculous.
Yeah, and the people that
It's
aren't
like a
awake to it
joke.
aren't paying attention. The majority of the country is just not paying
Jesus.
attention.
They
I
don't
read
give
an
a
article
shit.
today that said that back in the 2000s, in the early 2000s, like 2002, 2003 or something, they did a study on how long the human attention span was. And it was about 30 seconds. And if you notice,
Wow.
most of the commercials and stuff are based on that. Back in the day, they were about 30 seconds long. Most of the sound bites on the news were 30 seconds, stuff like that. Now it's down to 9 seconds.
Yeah,
the
I would
human
not,
attention span-
not disagree with that, Jimmy.
The human attention span is the equivalent of a goldfish.
Well, yeah, think about yourself when you're sitting there on your phone and you're going through stuff. Like for me, I actually listen to videos for the whole length of it. I always
Yeah,
do.
I
But
do too.
if I'm going through and trying to figure out what I want to watch, I'm like lightning speed. And that's like less than 9 seconds attention span. I'm just like so quick. I'm just like focused to the point where I can move so quickly on anything I do that, it's like triple speed.
Right? It's just and you
With
can see it in
everything.
everybody. You can see it in everybody.
Yeah.
You just driving down the road, watching people. They're constantly looking down at their phone, not paying attention to where they're driving. When they are paying attention to where
crazy.
they're driving, they're all over the fucking roads. Left to right.
Yeah,
right.
they're nuts.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
It's
Trying
like
to
really
talk to
bad.
somebody and they keep looking over your
focus
shoulder.
When I'm driving, I focus because I pay attention and I take into account that these people are doing that, and I can spot them a mile away, and I'm not kidding.
Yep.
When you see people driving to work and they're focused, they drive differently than people that are unfocused and having their attention, what is the word? Deviated from driving. I don't know what the word would be for that, but when
Distracted.
you are not watching what you're doing
Distracted.
because you're doing something else, you are not focused, and it shows in your driving pattern. And
Yes.
I am very, very aggressive in avoiding those people so that
Well,
I can
yeah,
get to work.
You live around Hotlanta, so you're an aggressive
Yeah,
driver
baby.
anyway. That's one of the worst places in the world to drive is around Atlanta. It's just
Yeah,
it's
575.
just
I go down
ridiculous,
Canton Highway
stupid.
all the way down, Old Highway 5, because I cannot stand 575 and jumping on I-75 for that hot minute. People are so slow. Oh, my God.
They're ridiculous. They've
Oh,
been that way for
God.
decades. It's been that way for
Jesus.
decades. Because I remember
It
back
just
when I
gets
was
worse
driving
every
a
year.
semi. Yeah,
Every
yeah,
year.
absolutely. Because the stupid gets more and more plethoric. You know, it's more. It's out there. There's more and more stupid people that you have to deal with on a daily basis.
Well, think about it. I've had 3 kids graduate from high school, 28, 23 now, and Chris just last year, 19. I mean, that's 3 just from me that's graduated from high school. We've got like thousands of kids graduating all over northern
Yeah.
Atlanta.
Getting their driver's
And that's
licenses.
that many more people on the streets, you know,
Yeah.
as freshmen 4 years before they even graduate. That's a lot of kids.
Rookie drivers.
Oh my God. And then you have older people. I guess I'm an older person, but I don't think of myself as old when I'm out there playing racquetball. Okay. But I'm just saying there are people a lot older than myself and they drive. Oh my goodness. I just want to just like put wings on my car so that I can fly over some of these people because I need to get to work. And I give myself time so I'm not stressed going to work. I take into account with time. I don't like being stressed. So I kind of just give myself plenty of time to overcome these issues. So,
Lance, your opinion on the whole James Comey thing?
Distraction.
I know. From what?
I mean, that I don't know yet.
Who they going to put in the big chair?
I don't know, man. I mean,
I'm
I
seeing
haven't been
everybody's-
watching a whole lot of TV.
Everybody's
lately.
screaming, Gowdy, 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 Trey Gowdy. Trey Gowdy deserves that position. Trey Gowdy. I'm a firm believer that Trey Gowdy is bought and paid for. He's a simple mouthpiece to keep the American people going, yeah, they're doing something good up there on Capitol Hill. Listen to Trey Gowdy. But he's never
I like
accomplished
Trey.
anything. He's just like Ron Paul. He talks real good, but doesn't do a damn thing.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I always wonder why they don't do anything. Trey Gowdy and like Chavez.
He
am I saying
had
that right?
more Chavez or
Chavez.
Chaffetz,
Yeah, that guy.
Chaffetz,
Chaffetz.
Yeah, him.
Chaffetz. Yeah.
You guys got it.
They
He seems really good too, but what
they're
happens?
just
Nothing.
talk though. They're just talk. Yap yap yap
Damn
yap
it.
yap yap.
Yeah,
they're
they're
fucking
good
politicians.
talkers. That's all
They are. They really
And that's
are.
how
It
they
makes you
keep
feel
their
like I'm
base.
really happy.
Right? That's how they keep their base. That's how they keep going back to Capitol Hill. Every fucking election they get reelected because they get up there and run their mouths really good. Trey Gowdy had more than enough evidence to put Hillary Clinton and about a dozen other people behind bars, and he didn't do a fucking thing.
Nope.
So
Yeah,
that's,
he's like that dog barking in the background. He's all bark,
sorry.
no
right.
bite.
No, you're good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, no, you're good.
We
But I mean, that's what Trey
adopted
Gowdy is. He's
Sammy.
all bark, no bite.
I know, but the thing is, I always wonder because I just have always been a people watcher. I'm not saying I'm all that and a cup of tea, but I'm just saying I have watched people my whole life, and I've done it. You know, I'm older, so I've done it a long time, and I've moved a lot, so I've met many people. But I'm just saying, when I watch Trey Gowdy and I listen to the things he says, and just everything,
He's very articulate.
he is very articulate, but the thing is, he's very emotional too, and I just don't think you can fake that. And why would he? He realizes the benefit of not going into higher office. That seems reasonable.
Who are we talking
And then on
about?
top of it, his hands are so tied, and they say they've got these, like, I don't think I'm saying it right, but I'm just saying, like, suitcases or satchels of stuff on these different people, and that's what keeps them quiet. So I'm hoping they don't have one of those on Trey
That's-
Gowdy or Jason.
Oh, they
Chaffetz.
all do. No. Jason Chaffetz, they all have a file.
I like them.
They all have a file. Otherwise, they wouldn't be
Yeah,
there.
they do.
They wouldn't. They'd make it one term and then they'd be gone. If they don't play the game, they don't stay on the hill.
I
They
hate
just don't.
that.
Well, that's the way it is, girl.
Well, Catherine Austin Fitz, I was listening to a little thing about what, I don't know too much about Catherine Austin Fitz other than she
I like
fought again, the government was like trying to get money out of her for something for 11 years. She fought the system and finally won, but she had the money to fight it. And she was saying that most people don't. She said that's very unfair.
Yeah.
And she was saying that, and I don't think this is a good idea, but she's saying there needs to be like a reset within the government. She needs to say all those people that have files need to be able to come clean and say, okay, this is where I'm at, so they can't be manipulated anymore.
I just posted a interview with Greg Hunter, her and Greg Hunter.
I love him.
Yeah. He's Yeah, you should get on Facebook. I drop a lot of stuff on Facebook. Although it gets
so
tweeted
great,
out.
Jimmy. I'm so excited.
It gets tweeted out too. So if you want to follow me on Twitter,
I know you're not a Facebooker or the other thing.
Yeah.
But I work all the time. I mean, this is really the only thing I really do anymore outside of work and just maintaining my home and taking care of my family and pets.
Here comes Vaughn. Everybody hold on.
I love him. That guy is the best. That's the guy that was interviewing Catherine Austin Fitz. I just watched his show today with
Greg
her,
Hunter.
and he interviewed her.
Yep, she's good too,
so
man.
He's the bomb.
She's really for an ex-insider, she's one of the ones that I still give credit to.
Yeah, she seemed like the real deal to me when she was talking about how she could fight them that many years and did eventually win. However, most people don't, and that seemed like she had a lot of empathy to me. She cares about the little person. That's what it told me.
She is a little person now. She doesn't have all the... I mean, she's still got some people that talk to her or whatever from the inside, but yeah, other than writing her books and different stuff like that, she's an outsider now. So she's one of the little people.
Well, I'm rooting for America's mayor to get the job.
Rudy Giuliani? I thought he was.
Yeah, man.
I thought he was in charge of cybersecurity.
It's funny. I don't know.
And then Kushner came in there and took it over from him because they didn't like him or something.
Well, I was talking to somebody last night about it, and it was like, that watch him put Newt or Giuliani or somebody in there. Yeah. And then sure enough, they were talking on it this morning. They threw his name across the screen. I was like, what the fuck? I was just joking. These people are serious.
Right. Well, let's see if we can get Vaughn added in here now. I'm trying him for the second time. See if he gets picked up here. I'm sure he'll have something to say about the whole Comey incident. Anybody in the room? Anybody in the room got something to add about James Comey? Are we missing anything? Are we not seeing the big picture? What's the distraction from? What we're getting ready to go to World War III. They're talking about Jordanians.
It's Russia. It's the Russia distraction.
Well, they're talking about the Jordanians teaming up with the U.S. and they're all getting ready to sneak across the southern border and invade Syria now. And so, but there's Vaughn. I think I hear him in the background there.
Nobody's talked about Korea for the last couple of days. That's for sure.
Yeah, you got that right. So, Vaughn?
At this point, James Comey might be indicted after he's let go. Did you?
Well, what about Flynn? Everybody quit talking about Flynn too.
Because he had like a big deal where he got a lot of stocks from being on a big company there that was directly connected to the politics within Russia through a bank or something. And then he came over here. And anyway, I think you're right, Lance, but I'm just saying. And then also when he was being, when the Senate Special Committee or whatever was talking to him, I was looking at those hand signals, and I study like the Illuminati and just all the different little secret groups, bunch of faggots, but whatever. I saw some hand signals where it seemed pretty obvious that there were some hand signals going on, kind of like some warning signals, like that little fat black man that's so irritating, the Democratic guy that's a little short, kind of heavy, frumpy black man that's kind of like a bitchy gay. He's always like really loud enough.
The bald one? You talking about the bald guy? Uh-oh. We just lost Kim. Oh, there she is. We lost you for a minute there. Keep going.
Yeah, I know. My daughter.
Yeah, isn't that Elijah? Is that his name, Elijah or something like that? I can't remember his name.
Yes, I think that is his name.
Little bald
know
dude.
Who I'm talking about. He's
yeah,
like
the little bald
gay
guy.
I don't think he's gay though. Who knows?
I don't know. It was kind of a bitchy dick move for Trump to do it like that and to find out on the news. I mean, that was pretty much a dick move. I don't know how much more of a dick move you could make than that one right there.
What move? I don't watch the news. What move?
They fired him, and he found out from watching CNN or something like that.
Yeah, he was talking to some colleagues. He was talking to some colleagues. When Comey got fired, he didn't even know it. He turned around, everybody started pointing at the screens behind him because it was showing on the news that Comey had been fired by the White House, blah, 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 blah. He turned around and looked at it and started laughing because he thought it was a joke. And then a couple of his aides...
Oh, my God. He thought he was getting punked?
Well, yeah. And then a couple of his aides scrambled out from behind the curtain.
Yesterday, too.
Yeah, a couple of his aides scrambled out from behind the curtain and said, "Hey, come here, man, come here." And they took him into a back room, and that's when he was like, "Holy shit."
So what was he doing on the air in front of TV cameras where they could see him looking behind himself at the televisions? Was he being interviewed?
He was just
he was in California, and I'm
talking
not
to
sure
some other FBI people.
A speech at a college later, or
so there were
an
people out there
intel thing or something.
Oh, I was just curious. Well, that would suck.
Yeah, that's pretty.
That's why I said you can't get much more of a bigger dick move than that one right there.
Yeah, that's a pretty big dick move, but he's a pretty big dick too. And I've heard he's got quite.
They all are.
Yeah, they all are. Oh, and he made so much money. This isn't going to hurt him. He's financially stable. If he never worked another day and spent money like it was going out of, style, he'd be fine for the rest of his life. He's got plenty of money. This isn't going to hurt him. He'll just
Which would amaze me that is it that Bloomberg guy? He's the 8th richest guy in the world or something like that. Why in the hell would they even want to get into politics if they're that rich? It just baffles me.
Because they're power
Bloomberg,
hungry.
The one with the magazine.
They all got huge fucking egos. Bloomberg's about 4.5 feet tall. That guy's got little man syndrome.
What is he again?
Yeah, he's the mayor of New York.
Oh.
No, I'm talking about the big guy then. Bloomberg's the real big, hefty guy. I mean, not hefty, but...
What's like his financial...
No, Michael Bloomberg's a little bitty dude, man. You're thinking of somebody else.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah, you're thinking of somebody else. Bloomberg's a little bitty short fucking guy. He's got little man syndrome. That's why he wants all that money and all that power.
What makes him powerful and all that, though?
I can't add you in like that, Vaughn. I can't add you in like that, Vaughn. Otherwise, it's going to switch over calls, brother. I've tried to add you 3 times. Find the call on your Skype, man, and you should be added in already. All you got to do is click the green button and add in, brother. I can't add you in if you try to call me.
Yeah, it should say join call somewhere.
Yep. Go find the call that we're on. I tagged you in it, and join the call because I've already added you in about 3 times.
Oh, my goodness, for a change, it's not me. Thanks, Vaughn.
All right, let's hope he got that.
Yeah, so that thing with Catherine Austin Fitts was pretty interesting. I found her to be, she was just so real. I just really enjoyed listening to what she had to say. I had a completely open mind. I like that guy that you're going to interview, Jimmy, Greg Hunter. I think he's just the bomb. I really do. He's just really wonderful man.
I've sent him a couple of emails.
When are you talking to him?
I've sent him a couple of emails. I haven't, I was talking about the interview he did today with Catherine Austin Fitts. I tweeted that out.
Oh. Well,
I've sent him a couple of emails trying to get him on the
marvelous.
Show. But he hasn't ever answered me back, so he's a busy man. All right,
yeah, he is.
QE has said in the room, what do you think about Sheriff David Clark? Do you think Trump will look at him for FBI?
Is that the black guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
From Arizona?
No, from Wisconsin.
He's
from Wisconsin.
Oh, I thought that was the black guy.
No, he is, but he's from Wisconsin. He's not from Arizona.
Does he have the mustache and the hat?
Yeah.
Does he wear the cowboy hat on the air on Fox all the time?
David Clark.
Cool. He sticks up for everybody. He's a good guy.
I got to tell you something. He's got a lot of fucking dirty skeletons in his closet when it comes to his prisons up there. There's a lot of seriously hinky shit that goes on in his prisons up there that he will not take any responsibility for. So I don't know. About him.
There's no way he doesn't know about it. I'm telling you right now.
Exactly. When push comes to shove,
he doesn't know.
When push comes to shove, he is responsible for everything that happens with the sheriff's department. And there have been some how do I want to say this?
Unsavory
Incidents and some very questionable deaths that have happened in his prisons, in his jails. I'm not going to say prisons, but in his jails.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's just not, and he won't step up to the plate and take responsibility for what's happened. He blames it all on the guards, whatever else. So I don't know.
What you've just said,
Plus,
that casting that shadow of doubt, if you don't step up and take responsibility for it, because if you're innocent, you're going to be saying, oh, hell no, this is what happened. I would be doing that. And if I were guilty, I'd be keeping my mouth shut.
Right. I just don't know about him. You know, he's been out there making noise for so long, and he hasn't caught.
He's friendly looking.
He hasn't caught flack from anybody. You know what I mean? He hasn't caught flack from anybody.
That's 'cause of all the big shit going on.
So, well, I'm just thinking that maybe he's just another pawn in the game. So, I don't know.
Well, I heard something about these private prisons all over the place where they basically let these inmates die. Like, they have so much allotted toward their health care per year, and, you know, there may be a couple of innocent inmates that are they're not, they fly by where they come back in a couple of times and then they stay, and they have health issues, and they don't want to use up their health benefits on one inmate, so they've let people die in some of these prisons. I've read some of this on vote.co, and I'm telling you, it's a dirty business out there.
I don't know
Those
if it's
inmates don't have any rights.
There was one of them, I think it was a young lady. She was like 20 lady. No, she was like 27, something like that. A young white girl got picked up, put in the clink. I think she was drunk and disorderly. I don't know what the hell the charge was. But anyway, she was making a big ruckus in the room, and they shut off the water to her room, and they left her in there with no water for 7 days, and she died. She died.
God.
So, and I'm not. I think that was up in Wisconsin, if my memory serves me correctly. Which I'm almost 50 years old, so you know, kind of getting.
Wow, Wisconsin. Hey, don't even start. I'm 52, and I rock it. I call it rocking and rolling, and I really hit it hard.
Well, I'm just saying.
So don't start with that. I'm 50, Jimmy. Please.
There's
oh my God.
There's some things going on up in Wisconsin that he needs to own up to before anybody takes a look at him for any kind of federal position at all. That's just my
I want to say
opinion.
it was Wisconsin that I heard about that story about that person being left to just die because they didn't want to incur the expenses.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't. I mean, the federal prison system is different than the county system that he's in charge of. So, you know, if it happened in a federal pen, I don't know. But let me try Vaughn one more time. I'm gonna click your button, Vaughn, one more time. See if you can get at it in here, brother. I'd really like to hear what you had to say tonight. Where's David?
Oh, I want to say something about the old Marine. I'm not sure what his name is, but
Vaughn. That's Vaughn.
I was at work the other day, and it was slow during this weekend, so it's like a 12-hour shift. So I went ahead and viewed one of his it's like a little video clip, like maybe 4 minutes. And what he did was he just stood outside, like on this area where there were a lot of trees, and he just sat there outside with the sun shining and had a cup of coffee and was talking. It was like the best thing, because I was stuck inside a hospital facility, so it was like being out there for 4 minutes. It was like, I just want to say thank you.
Yeah,
it was really good. He did a good job.
Very cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
All right, let's see what Vaughn's got to say. Hang on a second here. He's sending me voice messages.
Yeah, I'm trying to add in, Jim, but it's not letting me.
It's not letting you.
Sounds like it.
No, that was a voice message that he sent. So, let's see. Reload your Skype.
Yeah, I had the same problem when you first called too.
Yeah. Well, we'll get it fucking figured out, man. We'll get it fucking figured out. Let's see. He said, okay. What's going on here in the room? I know I have a message on there, Jeannie. I heard it go ding in my ear. David Rockefeller. Chinata says David Rockefeller, ? What about him?
Oh, he's dead.
Didn't he die?
Yeah, he died 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Or 3 weeks ago now. I think it was 3 weeks ago.
Yep.
He only had like freaking 7 heart transplants or something like that.
Seven good human beings didn't get to stay alive because of that fat.
Yeah, no, I'm sure he paid
Shit.
for those hearts. I'm not kidding.
Yep.
He paid for those.
Don't see him on Facebook. Well, he was lit on Skype earlier when I sent him a message, and he didn't add in. I had him added to the call, so he must not be feeling good tonight. Hope you're feeling better, David, if you're listening in the background there, buddy. Okay. Let's see. You got
So
28 people
real quick, one last thing, and
Sure.
I'll leave it alone
Go ahead.
unless you continue with this Catherine Austin Fitts interview that Greg Hunter had.
It was very good.
Yeah, it was. When she was talking about how, and it's so true, it's so summed up what I already knew, but I wasn't sure how to think of it that way, but that is exactly what I know, what I think to be true, my perception of what I understand now. When she was talking about how there's been one budget, and since after World War II, after all the assets that they acquired during World War II and all these other things that they've done, and they've gotten all this money, and then all that money that went missing, she's saying there's been one budget for 2 entities at us, like people like us on this level. And then there's the black budget. All the money is being taken from one budget. And now it's just broken the backs of us, all of us people. Did that make sense to you when you saw that? That made sense to me.
Yep. She knows what she's talking about, man. She was in charge, and she got to look at the books way back in the day. You know what I mean?
like that.
So she's privy to all the crap that's been going on. I tried to add you one more time, Vaughn. We'll see if we can get it now that you reloaded your Skype, man. It might let you in.
Oh, Jimmy, I wanted to ask everybody, what is that thing like when you go into YouTube? Like for you, particularly you, like Boiler Room Radio.
Mm-hmm.
I went in there and like where you listen to the show and then it allows you to make a comment or you can share it and email it to yourself or someone else. Well, now you have like a clock. It looks like a black clock and then the hands of the clock are white. Between the hands of the clock that are white, you can see the little letters behind all your info.
Mm-hmm.
And then to the right of that, there's a black check mark. So it completely covers up your stuff. You can't even put a like on there. So irritating.
Try turning your phone the other direction. Try turning your phone.
I did.
Oh.
It's on a bunch of them. It's on anybody that talks about what's really going on. It's on a bunch of those. It's on this one lady, Lisa. I forget her name, but Lisa something. And then it's on So Far True News. It still doesn't have it on theirs, or it may have it on theirs now. But you can't like anymore, and also you can't share it. And it gives you a harder time to make messages, too, if you want to put a little message on there. I was just wondering if you guys ever noticed that.
Nope, I don't really visit my stuff from a mobile site. I always visit it on the computer or on my pad or something. So
that's all I ever do.
Yeah. All right. What are we going to talk about, man? We talked about Comey. We talked about some other shit, trying to get Vaughn added into the show, and it still won't add him in. Let's see. Oh, there's a story today. Go ahead.
Are you back to Wednesdays now since it's the summertime?
Not quite yet, but probably shortly. Maybe about the end of the month. It'll be Wednesdays only. So I'll pass it around on social media, and I'll put something up on the YouTube channel. Lisa Haven, Chinata.
Yeah, Lisa Haven, you're right.
She's a goober. Just so you know.
She's batshit crazy.
She's a goober.
She's the Before It's News girl.
Nope. Nope. She's got her own. Is she
no,
on Before It's
she's
News?
a lady like from
Oh,
Cali.
yeah. Well, a lot of her articles make it to Before It's News.
Yeah, she's the Before It's News girl.
Yeah. She's
well, and also I
a
noticed
goober.
she studies like Agenda 21 and stuff, like the little nitty gritty stuff. So I do like that. But yeah, she's a little on the.
everything.
She's Alex Jones with a vagina.
Well, yeah, but everything that Lisa Havens talks about is 2 months old. All of her breaking news videos and stuff, that's shit that I heard 2 months earlier. So she gets her information on a slow boat from China.
Yeah, I like some of the people though that she interviews. They're kind of interesting. And then I saw one
Oh, and
interview
don't forget
with
to
her
buy the
father
tea.
and her.
Don't forget to buy
Huh?
the tea. Buy the tea.
Yeah, don't forget to buy
Don't
the
forget
tea.
to buy
I
the
know,
tea.
I know. They all got their little spiel
Yeah, see,
thing.
that's as soon as they start that bullshit, I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, that's
I'm
one of
not-
the nice
I'm
things
not
about
buying your
your
fucking
little
tea.
show. It's
Yeah.
like
You'll
don't
never
have
see
any kind
ads
of
on my
little
shit. I'll
thing
never ever monetize this channel because I don't expect you people to pay for information that I get for free. You know,
Yeah.
it's just all this is my fucking opinion about different dumb shit that's going on around the planet, and there's no reason whatsoever for you to pay for it. You'll never see me offer
Yeah.
up on a Patreon. I'll never have a fucking donation button. No, it's not happening. Not happening. So that's probably why I'm stuck at 29 people a week.
Hey, did you ever hear about that guy John Lear?
I finally broke 100 though. I got more than 100 people subscribed to me on YouTube.
Oh, I wonder if my son ever did. I'll have to ask him.
The T.com is CIA, Chinata says.
Is it really?
Yeah, it probably is.
Oh.
I don't. Yeah, she looks really nice too. That's another. She's eye candy for a lot of people. You know, oh, she's a truther. Cool. I'm gonna watch her. I hope she gets undressed. So that's her. Yeah. Jeannie's safe for now, everybody. No tornado outside the window. That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's
good
good.
Yeah. Vaughn, I tried to add you again, bub. I don't know what's going on with the Skype thingy. I'll hit the button one more time, man. If you see the call pop up, just drop in right there, and you might switch over to the other call and see if it tells you that you can join the call now or whatever. GetTheT.com, Pete Santilli. You don't hear shit about that fucking guy no more. Pete Santilli
Hardly ever.
is a no-go. He is a no-go. There's some big lawsuit about 50,000 acres of ground up there and getting turned back over to the people, taken away from the state, taken away from the DNR. Department of Natural Resources no longer has control over like 50,000 acres or something up there. They gave it back to the people of the state. So that was a good thing.
Yeah.
All right. Let me jump over here to my Twitter feed and see what I got going on here.
So on your Twitter feed, when you look at your Twitter feed, you look at that on your phone or do you look at that on your computer?
No, it's on my computer.
Oh, so does it
multiple
just show
pages.
you things that's going on, or are you looking at your personal thing and things that
I
people
use it on my
tweet?
phone only.
Yeah. I go back over what I've tweeted out over the last few days and try to bring it up. 'Cause
Oh,
some
and then
people don't.
people's responses and stuff?
No.
I've
I
never
just
seen a
talk
Twitter
about the
feed.
articles.
I'm just curious.
I just talk about the articles that I've tweeted.
It's like
Oh.
Facebook,
Yeah.
except
okay.
it's shorter, more of an abridged version of Facebook.
Which I don't have, so I'm curious
Yeah,
about these things. I'll have to
fuck
look at it
Facebook.
sometime.
Fuck Facebook.
Yeah, I agree, because I don't like that guy that you guys talked about. I really don't like that guy. I forget his name.
Mark
Zuckerberg?
Fuckerberg.
Yeah, he is truly. I think he's not a good person. I think he's definitely not a good person.
He's also not in charge of Facebook. He does exactly what he's told, just like every other puppet out there.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
That was seed
And
money
they have,
from
like,
DARPA that got Facebook off the ground to begin with. I mean, it was his idea. I'm not going to take that away from him. Facebook was his idea. He came up with
it wasn't. He stole it. No, it wasn't.
Well,
I agree with
he
you.
stole the idea.
Okay.
He
Yeah,
He
stole
stole the idea from somebody else, and it was a really good idea. It was a way to meet chicks on campus is what it started out as, right? It was a way to meet chicks on campus for all the college hots. So, and then DARPA was like, hey, man, this is really cool. We can follow these kids around all their lives if they want to stay on all their lives. So
And they put all the
here's some
info
seed
out
money,
there.
man. Go ahead and get that off the ground. Here's some seed money to buy some servers, and we'll give you some bandwidth, and we'll see if we can get this thing going. You know, it's like MySpace, but MySpace didn't take off.
Right.
So, there you go.
Well, it would have if Facebook hadn't come out.
True.
Well, it would have
Because
if DARPA gone
MySpace
back
was
behind and give it all that seed money.
MySpace was an original idea by an original guy that went out and got investors and tried to get it off the ground. And then Facebook was government backed, so it got all the press. And therefore, it took off.
Yeah, you're right.
So that's the way it goes, man. And now we're all slaves to it. You know, every time
Not me.
every time you search a fucking website or something on your computer for the next 3 weeks in a row, you're going to get ads all over your Facebook wall about that fucking particular thing that you went to look at.
See, that's the nice thing about not
Ridiculous,
having
man.
it, though, Jimmy.
Yeah. I'm the only reason that I still got it is because of the
YouTube, I
show.
don't really have any ads.
The only reason I still got it's because of the show. That's that's the only reason that I post shit there and I keep up with my friends on there. And
Well, if you remember, that was one of the things that got me off Facebook is you and I were having a personal chat in private chat.
Right.
And we talked about a gas mask.
And
we
then
mentioned the word gas mask in a chat. And I'm not telling you, 30 minutes later, I had ads popping up on the right side of my screen for fucking gas mask. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is a private conversation.
Nothing.
And now I got
nothing.
I said, no, it ain't that private then.
Nothing's
Fuck this
private.
place.
Nothing's private, brother.
They're
Not
doing
since
algorithms on your words coming out of your private texting.
Nothing's been private since the early 70s, brother, when they opened Echelon up. That's every electronic communication.
Echelon?
It's just like what the NSA is using now with all their computer database and stuff. It's just a earlier version of it. Every electronic communication in this country that came into this country was inter-country or went out to another country. Everything electronic in the United States went through Echelon before it got to its final destination. Just like now, everything that you type in, all your texts and shit, they all go through a national security agency database before it ever makes it to who you're sending it to. So that's just the way it is. Nothing electronic is private. Nothing. Unless you encrypt it yourself or run on your own internal network or something like that. But if it's connected to the internet...
Normal people don't even understand what you just said.
If it's connected to the internet, it ain't private.
Right.
They're all saying, fuck Facebook, fuck CNN.
Well, don't be CNN bashing in here. AC 360, man.
Don't be fucking with my Wolf Blitzer.
Don't be fucking with my Anderson.
Hey, you guys.
Anderson Pooper.
You guys.
What?
What is the name of that older guy that sits on one side of the desk? It's like an interview show where he sits on the left side of the desk. We're viewing it, so he's on the left, and then on the right,
Larry King Live.
Interviewing.
Larry King. Huh? Larry King Live.
Yeah. Yeah, Larry King Live. Years and years years ago,
I
saw a video clip where he was sitting across, like he was sitting there on like a Larry King show, but Bill Clinton, when he was really young, when he was still going to be president, so he was in the 80s, he was sitting there, and Larry King, like, is whispering. He thought he was off mic, and he was just, like, talking to him, and CNN was just becoming to be big. And he goes, hey, I hear CNN, something. I think they can help you out. And Clinton's like, oh, okay. But I'm just saying, I saw that.
All right.
CNN is CIA.
Here's the deal.
Isn't he on RT now? I think he's on RT now, isn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or does he have his own show?
No, he's got his own show, and then he's got another one that's...
He's a new dad.
Oh, jeez. At 90?
Which is crazy.
He's got 90. Like a 3-year-old. I'm not kidding. Can you believe that?
Yeah. He's married to some little Chinese chick that used to be on ABC.
That's kind of icky to think about that.
All right, here's the deal. I'm going to hang up on you guys, and I'm going to start a new call so I can get Vaughn added in here, because I really want to hear...
It sounded like he was on.
Okay.
I'm here.
Oh, you're here. Yay!
Yeah, it sounded like he was on.
Hi, Vaughn.
We made it.
I had to go to my third Mac.
Oh, my goodness. You mean like your
third
computer?
At least you made it on.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then I went to my... This is actually the second Mac I went to, and I got on.
That is so funny.
Yeah, Windows would have got you on the first time. You know?
Yeah, kiss my ass. If I wanted to make a public phone call, I'd step outside and have the conversation.
Exactly.
All right, so now that you're on, I want to get your whole take on the Comey thing. That's what we started the show off with, was James Comey getting the boot.
Well, he's an actor. He's Dick Tracy. Didn't you know he grew up watching Dick Tracy? And I think he's a little gay on top of it, a pedophile.
I don't even think he's ever been in law enforcement until he got put in this position. Wasn't he a part of Goldman Sachs or J.P. Morgan or So he was
Yeah,
some.
he was the greeter, wasn't he? He stood there with a phony.
No, HSNBC, HSNC or whatever. That was the bank over there in England.
HSBC.
HSBC.
Yeah, he was in banking.
HSBC, thank you.
Yeah, he was in banking before he was the head of the FBI. So he's never ever had any kind of. I don't even think he took any kind of law shit in college. So how he ever got to be the director of the FBI, I'll never know.
Yeah,
how he
but
got
Vaughn's
confirmed.
Right. He's gay as shit. He's like lighting the loafers.
Yeah, he likes to suck on little boys.
He's really,
Yeah.
really.
Well, here's
gay.
the story I got. Now, this is only hearsay, in my opinion, from what I read, and this is the internet. Howdy Doody. He grew up with Howdy Doody. He's got a infatuation with little redhead boys with freckles. Now, that's what I got. The research I was watching.
I don't doubt that for one hot minute, dude. I don't doubt that for 1 minute. The level of corruption that's going on up there, the level of pedophilia that's going on up there, when it all starts coming out, man, it's the Republicans are going to be just as neck deep in it as the Democrats. It's I can't wait for the day that it all starts coming out, and they can't shut the faucet off.
Well, see, that's why they got rid of Pinkerton. See, the Pinkerton was a true government official. I worked for Pinkerton. I was a lieutenant. And let me tell you, we didn't operate like the FBI and the rest of these clowns running around like they do. Pinkerton got the job, and they got it done. They carried sniper rifles and a 45, the old Colt 45, and they hunted you down on horseback, and they killed your ass. Not these guys. These guys are gamers. They high-tech bullcrap. I'm beginning to wonder if there isn't a bunch of kids behind the screen somewhere on computers telling them what to do. I'm serious about this.
They've been hiring out of colleges, man, the tech industry for quite a few years, actually, because they've got all this entire web of subterfuge where they're going around and snooping on every goddamn buddy on the internet. So, there is literally rooms full of people sitting at computers, making fake profiles on Facebook, making fake Twitter accounts, making fake posts on Reddit, and that's their job. That's their job, is to try to snake people in and get, stir up a bunch of shit and then run around and kick people's doors in because of it. So they're doing the same thing on the internet that the fucking CIA does in foreign countries, basically.
Well,
so are trolls and shills the same thing?
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
I'm just curious.
Yeah. Usually a troll, all they do is make snide comments and shit and call you an ass clown or whatever. Shills actually try to start a fight or try to get you to join them in a different, in some kind of nefarious venue or whatever. That's what a shill is, basically.
Well, that sounds like a liberal.
Yeah, pretty much.
Here's why I knew things were going to go bad real quick for the FBI. The situation that happened down there in New Orleans was such a scam, and they were behind it. They set that up. They paid for people from California and the rest of the gaylords to come down there and play their game, but it didn't play well. Okay,
no, they only got 3 arrests out of the whole fucking thing, man. They fell on their face. There was a guy on Facebook called Outlaw Morgan. This guy is just a complete ass clown, man.
That's why I put him on my channel.
He was trying to push the Civil War. He was calling for people to go down there and start the second Civil War, blah, 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 blah. Just ridiculous shit.
When he started talking about the bikers, the 1%ers, and I watched the program for like 4 hours looking for one biker.
Nope.
I've never seen one.
Nope.
I've seen a bunch of gay people. I'm talking about everybody I've seen was gay. Yeah. I'm serious. They were gay or should be gay.
He said that
the guy was narrating it, talking to the prettiest girl, and she got the drift that he was gay, and she started messing with his camera because she figured, hey, screw you, you dumbass.
Yeah.
I mean, she could be. This guy with his trimmed beard kept looking in the camera, and he had the blonde hair in the back. Some asshole from California. I don't know. And then he had the big red. I'm nothing against you, Jim. Big red-headed guy supposed to be his bouncer. I thought that big boy ain't gonna bounce shit. Maybe a Big Mac.
Yeah, it was just the monument coming down. I'm not up for that. I think that's a bunch of bullshit. There's a bunch of crybaby snowflakes that are offended by a fucking statue from something that happened 100 fucking years ago. I don't go for that, man. You know, leave the shit alone. It's our history. That, you know, if they what if they went around and tore down the Roman Colosseum and all that shit because somebody had a bug up their ass about people fighting tigers? We wouldn't have our history. This is how they cover up history. This is exactly how they do it. You know, I've said it before. Yeah, I've said it before on the show that history is written by the winners. You know, if you really want to know what happened, you got to go back and look at different accounts from, you know, not just what's in the history books.
Exactly. That's the only way to study history. You have to look at a lot of different accounts.
Right. Got to go back and start reading old newspapers and yeah, you do. You got to read old newspaper articles. You got to
and
folklore.
Look at it from both sides at different people's viewpoints, and you'll find the truth in all that.
Right. Exactly.
You're so good,
well,
Jimmy.
The FBI was never meant to be what it was supposed to be. Okay, because for one thing, it's illegal as hell. If they have no jurisdiction, the federal government has no right. Okay, they have no right to have spies upon American citizens.
No.
You're right.
That is something they can control within their own house, their 10-mile acres or whatever the hell they got there in D.C. But it has no business in the streets. They had people properly positioned for that. That's called United States Marshals.
Right.
Okay, Pinkerton, and we had
Pinkerton's still around too, by the way. Pinkerton's still around.
The Mounties?
Pinkerton, well, I don't know about the Mounties, but Pinkerton still has several government contracts. They make hundreds of millions of dollars a year from the federal government.
Right.
Are they the ones that have the trucks?
They used to be an armored car service. They used to be back in the day, but not any longer. They used to move mail for the federal government too, but not any longer. That's all in-house now too. Pinkerton is strictly security. They're overseas mostly. They're the ones who run security for overseas people that are, you know, that represent the federal government. And they do some
like those barges that get caught by the Africans and they surround them with the little boats.
Well, yeah,
so that's
that kind of shit too. But they do some nefarious shit too. I'm pretty sure. I mean, they're probably like Blackwater in a way.
Oh yeah, they probably have some good special groups of people that do stuff. Yeah.
Yep, highly paid individuals that nobody knows anything about.
Yeah, that know what they're doing.
Let's see. Chinata says in the room, if the FBI was any good, they would have called out at least one of the CNN false flags. Very true. The FBI is supposed to be internal. I've heard stories and read stories over the last few years, probably closer to, you know, more than 5 years, of the FBI fucking around overseas doing stuff. They're not supposed to be overseas. Just like the CIA is not supposed to be in the United States. You know, the CIA is not supposed to run operations in the United States for any reason whatsoever. They are foreign investigation. That's the Central Intelligence Agency. They are supposed to be foreign gatherers of information.
Well, now they are a foreign government to us. They're secondary to us. They're part of that thing Catherine Austin Fitts was talking about.
Yep. But it doesn't seem to matter anymore, right? The FBI does whatever the fuck they want to do, and the CIA does whatever the fuck they want to do, and the government don't give a shit. They're like little lapdogs.
They're all in charge of themselves. They make the laws for us, and then they don't have any laws, and they're in charge of prosecuting themselves. They have nothing that stops them. That's how big this is now.
Right.
Well, the best show they ever had was X-Files. That did a perfect example of what the FBI should be doing. Okay, because that's all they're capable of doing. Finding aliens or whatever the hell they think they're doing. You know, because what they are, they're confusing people with, just like the CIA, just like everybody on the panel's already talked about. And I'm not disrespecting for those that come in there thinking that they're going to do a good job for the people, because there is some things that do go on that are good. But when you're controlled, just like it was in the beginning by the FBI, it's never going to work. You know, when they took down Al Capone and them boys, you know, and stuff like that. Well, those days are over. You know, that kind of gang busting doors and stuff is over. You know, we have police that do that.
Right.
Yet, we need to keep the federal government as much out of our stuff as we can. You know, but that's not going to happen. You know, we still don't even own our internet anymore. It belongs to China.
See, the
FBI...
I
loved it when just stupid Obama gave that away, didn't you?
The FBI should be investigating all these corrupt police officers. The FBI should be investigating criminal corruption in the federal government, like James Comey overlooked. They should be investigating. What organized crime in the
That's
United
right. That's
States.
what they were designed to do.
They
Well,
are
they say
the
that
organized
pedo
crime.
they
Yeah,
say
that's
that
right.
pedo
That's exactly
crime
what
in
happened.
The government is organized. The pedo
That's exactly
crime
what happened.
is organized.
They got a whiff of money, and that's all it takes. You know, money's the root of all evil. It says it in the Bible, and that's the way it is. You know, you flash enough cash in front of anybody, and their morals are up for sale.
Well,
But-
they say there's also pedo crime within the actual police departments and
Fuck
stuff.
yeah,
too.
there
This
is.
goes all the way up.
You see stories all the time, man. I could send you 10 stories a day to your email of a cop fucking a kid or molested a little boy or you know, whatever. It happens every fucking day all over the goddamn world, but especially in the United States. The cops in the United States are out of fucking control.
Well, I'll tell you the sad thing is, why did Trump, knowing what he knows, because this is going to show who Trump is, and I've been trying to say this, everybody says, well, you're an anti-Semitist. Yeah, I am. Because the simple fact, Trump went after the head of the FBI and
You know
still
what?
Hillary and Clinton.
I gotta
Billy
say something.
boy.
I gotta say something. You can get on any platform you want to, and you can bitch about a Christian. You can bitch about the Italians. You can bitch about the Catholic Church. You can bitch about Muslims. You can bitch about Hindus. You can bitch about. But if you try to say one fucking thing about a Jew, they will jump down your goddamn throat. Why is that? Why is that? Here's the simple explanation, people. If you want to know who controls you, understand who you're not allowed to talk about.
Well, see, that they've left me alone, Jim. They're not bothering me anymore because I've raised so much hell with them for years that they took a big channel down on mine.
Yeah.
But you know what? They've done figured out the best thing to do is keep me down low, keep me silenced.
Yeah.
Because I used to get a lot of hits.
People
I
that
had
are
40,000 people, and I was pushing almost 9 million views. But the simple fact is, I still get to say what I want to say, and I call out YouTube because I know they're part of the same bunch.
oh yeah,
I've done a little survey for them and told them what they were.
Google and
If they don't
Facebook,
like-
they're all owned by
if
the
they
same
don't
people.
like the truth, then go somewhere else.
Yeah. Google and
Because that's
Facebook,
how I
they're all owned by the same people. Google
Well, they're
and
saying
Facebook
try
and
to
YouTube.
start a different YouTube channel because they're saying that YouTube really has been compromised. I mean, without YouTube, I wouldn't have found you, so I like YouTube. But if they're shutting people down for talking, I think that's not a good thing.
Yeah, but I still got the last original YouTube channel. That's called the Angel of Death, and I haven't used that for a long time. This channel that I used, old Marine Vaughn, was a YouTube channel, but I had to be compromised. They compromised me with a manipulation when I signed in back on it because they were trying to screw me. All right, so I took the bait. And I let the old Marine One I don't even use. The old Marine One Vaughn I don't even use. I use this one to hammer the hell out of everything I can. I'll hammer anything. I don't care who you are or what you are. If I see that day you're screwing up, I'm hammering you. And if I don't like I'm hammering you, I'll put somebody else to hammer you or somebody show you how you're being hammered.
Vaughn.
Yes.
Are you the one that I watched the other day ago where you just kind of stood outside and looked at the trees? It was like a beautiful day and you just were like, it was so nice. Are you that person?
Yeah, the one with a gray beard and a Marine Corps hat.
Oh my goodness. Well, hi, it's nice to meet you. I was just at work the other day ago and I went into your show and I found it. I think it was through Jimmy's channel. I'm not sure how I found you, but I went ahead and tuned into that one show. It was so nice.
He stands out there in front of his pine trees.
Yeah, it was
cypress.
Great. It made me so happy to see those pine trees that day.
Yep.
Yeah,
I was stuck inside, so I got to be out there for a little bit.
Usually, if he tips the camera up, you can usually see some chemtrails over his shoulder too.
No, that day that you did that, Vaughn, it was actually, I think it was actually very pretty. I think you did comment on that. Maybe I want to say you did. I might just be making that up though.
Today
it was beautiful blue skies that day. It sure was.
That was nice. Thanks for that.
They haven't sprayed over my place in probably 3 days. I went down to Harrison today and did some work down there, did some sharpening and stuff down there, and they were chemtrailing the shit out of them over there, but I haven't seen chemtrails over my house in 3 days.
Why are they doing that again? Is that truly like poisonous. I
Who
never
knows?
really understood why they were doing it, but they're definitely doing it because I saw a plane the other day go where it just dissipated, and now I see stuff that's like crisscrossed and
People say they're
lasts all
spraying us
day.
like bugs. I think they're spraying us like bugs. Some people say it's due to they want to try to use it for Operation Blue Beam, where they're going to project shit on the sky in 3D to make everybody think that aliens are coming or Christ is coming back or whatever the hell they're
Yeah, I
going to.
think you're right. I think
So,
you're right.
and then now that MIT is getting involved in it, they're telling everybody that it's solar. It's a solar reflector. They're trying to save the planet by painting the sky white and reflecting the sun's light back into space so that it doesn't heat us up.
Oh, what a bunch of crap! I think we live on a flat Earth. I think it is
Yeah.
what do they call it? A firmament.
Yep.
And then I think the sun goes across. I don't even know if it goes all the way around that disk. I think it goes
It does.
across, and then it goes across, and then does it go all the way around?
Yeah, it goes around. It goes around. So does the moon.
I had a
Well,
good
anyway,
one.
it's interesting.
I had a good one. The guy, I've been sub to him for a long time, and he's out for money, but he throws stuff out there, and he was convincing people that as the sun goes down, because the curvature of the light, okay, the light will curve according to him. The sun came back up and lit up the baseball field they were playing on. I thought, you dumbass, that's a reflection of off the filament back to you.
Yeah.
I says, that's what a dog, whatever they call those dog things on either side of the sun. That's the
sundog.
filament. It's been proven in
Sundog.
Right, sundog.
Yep.
You put a bowl, put a light in it, and you got sundogs. But see, that's too simple.
Oh.
What do you think a rainbow is?
Yeah,
A rainbow.
that's all it is.
What
a
do you
rainbow,
think of what is, Jimmy?
A rainbow.
Rain-
When you see a rainbow in the sky, that is a reflection of the firmament that's over the top of the earth.
What makes the color then?
The water in the atmosphere.
The Lord.
Because that's the frequency that your eyes can see.
Right.
Oh.
Exactly.
The Lord made all this, but see, man decided he's going to do better than the Lord,
That's
and
pretty
he's going
cool.
to he's going to deceive you and control you each and every way he can. This
There's
gets
a-
really deep.
Yeah, you want to talk about? Okay, I got something too. There's a guy on YouTube called BP Earthwatch. I'm pretty sure the most everybody's
I've never
heard of him.
seen him.
Okay.
Oh my God, he's
Well,
a trip.
If you haven't seen him, then you might want to go check him out a couple times. His name's
V as
Jesse.
in Victor, Earthwatch.
No,
B-
B is in BP is in the oil company.
BP.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he came on the scene back when the oil well was going off down in the Gulf, right?
He was Comet something. Comet Worm.
Ison.
Yeah, Comet Ison.
Comet Ison.
Yeah, and Wormwood. And he believes in Nibiru, and now he calls it Jupiter because he knows there is no fucking Nibiru. And this guy's all over the map, right? But
Well-
he'll tell you, Jesse will tell you with all the strength that he can muster, that he is one of the best Christians on the planet, and he is a watcher, and he's out here to try to take care of everybody and explain everything to you because he's so goddamn smart, right? He'll tell you that he's a Christian, and then every single thing that comes out of his mouth is science, 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 science,
You.
science, science. So his God is science.
Yeah,
I've come to that belief. If you listen to him talk, everything that he believes in the heliocentric model, and he believes that the sun is trying to strip away the atmosphere of the earth and blah 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 blah. blah. Everything is science related, but then he'll tell you that
Yeah,
he's a
but see,
Christian.
if he's such a Christian, he's going to go back into history and realize that Copernicus is the one that decided to make it a non-flat Earth issue, and he's going to also understand that there were so many politics
you
and
can't
money
do that
changing
though.
hands.
If you try to bring up the
Science
flat Earth
is
channel,
money.
I said to him, I made a comment on one of his videos that I said, if you're as Christian as you claim to be, you would know that the heliocentric model is fake. It tells you right in the Bible that the Earth is flat.
The
that the Earth is a
firmament thing
disc.
is one of the things that got me when you asked that night, and I never told you that.
Yeah, well, I mean but he blocked me off of it. I can watch his videos, but I can't comment on him anymore because
What a big
I question
baby.
him. But I question him, right? I brought up a
Well,
question.
God forbid you question
So,
him. Jeez.
That's what But he's just, and this fucking cat has over 250,000 people following every word that he says. And
That's
Dabu
because
7.
Jim-
Dabu 7 is another one, man. Dave's friends with Dabu. He's had him on his show before. I was going to be on that show, but I couldn't do it because I'd have gave him so much shit that Dave would have kicked me off the show. Dabu 7 is so full of shit, and this cat has over 100,000 people listening to
what
his
do
bullshit.
they talk about?
Just they make up their own stories to the fucking stories that are coming out online, right? They read a story coming out online and then they completely blow it out of proportion or take it down a rabbit hole that it's not designed to go down. It's ridiculous, man.
Watch Thor news instead.
Yeah, I love Thor, man. Thor's cool as fuck. I love
No,
Thor.
I just like got on the internet and found like this one internet show that was pretty good called Boiler Room Radio.
I'm just
I wouldn't watch that.
Let me tell you a little insight on BP Earth. Okay, now BP Earth, when he went from Comet Work to BP Earth, he had about maybe 500 or 600 people. Okay?
He's a fucking douchebag.
I promoted him, but I discovered who he really was. He belongs to a group of guys that play this science deal, and they manipulate all the latest news, and they boost each other, okay?
Yep.
Well, that's how he's grown so big. And see, when I called him out using all this NASA garbage, because I used to get out here and film the moon and the sun and show him that NASA was lying about sunspots because they weren't the same as the day I did it. I said, quit using NASA. Well, he got mad at me and threatened me. I pulled down like 4 million views and 3,000 videos that had anything associated with that clown.
Yeah.
I removed him off the channel because I have such a dislike and disdain for people that use the Lord and the means of the Lord to make money. And that him and Paul Bigley and the rest of you people out there that are hearing me, if you're using the Lord's name, I'm going to tell you what, there's a place in hell for you. Because the judgment comes on you, you're going to wish you were in hell.
Paul Begley is just hilarious to watch, though. I mean,
I can't picture
I don't
who that
like
is,
him.
Jimmy. I can't picture who Paul Begley is.
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
God, I can't
Are you
believe
kidding me?
that.
Yeah.
The guy that goes, "Are you serious?"
I am.
That's Paul.
Oh, is that?
That's
who
all.
that
That's
is?
Paul
That's the
Begley.
guy. Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Are
Did
you
Paul
serious?
drink his cup of coffee?
Let me tell you about Paul Bigley.
He got his church taken away from him. That's the reason that he wound up on a fucking
Are you
YouTube channel.
serious?
Yeah. He got his church taken away from him because he was a lunatic.
Well, he seems like he's going to have a freaking heart attack every time you hear him.
I was watching a documentary, and I forget exactly what it was about. And here comes Paul Bigley on that documentary. How in the hell did Paul Bigley get on that documentary? Well,
Probably on Discovery Channel.
Yes, they filmed him.
Yeah, probably on Discovery Channel.
What was the documentary about?
It had something to do with earth changes, and it's a little bit of biblical and stuff. But this has been 2 years ago, and I watched him. I watched him have problems. Now he's got new teeth. He's building a new what do you call it? A recording studio, whatever you call it, that he's building. He at the price of people.
Fuck yeah, man.
He goes to Israel 2 or 3 times a year. He's always going to California. He's meeting with anybody that meets with Steve Quayle, L.A. Mazoo, or any of these high buck Tom Horn. All these liars. They're liars. But people buy into it because you know what's wrong with people? They are so bored TV sucks. They are so bored they're looking for entertainment on this internet. I don't give them entertainment. I give them hell. And if they don't like it, go away from me. But I'm telling
you do a very good job at that. Because I've watched some of your stuff.
Joel Osteen's coming to town next week. Are you saying I shouldn't get a ticket and go see him? Is that
Joel Osteen?
Is that one?
Oh my God! Dude.
He's seriously coming to town, man. Next week they have
that guy.
I mean, everybody's in an uproar about going to see this guy. And I'm
anybody that claims to be a man of God and lives in a $5 million mansion while there's people starving on the fucking streets.
I used to love Joel Osteen, and then
he's
I
a piece of shit.
He is literally one of those people that there's something more to him with this financial thing. He's I think he's a billionaire. I don't think he's just a multimillionaire anymore.
Yeah.
And why is he that rich if he cares so much about all these poor children that are starving? He should be damn giving his money away.
Right. He should die penniless.
Yeah, I mean, he's a multi. I think he's a billionaire. I don't know for sure.
Got his own plane.
Sure.
got a bunch of cars and shit. Yeah, the guy's a
Yeah,
fucking
don't
piece of
be
shit.
doing all that and talking about how you care about these poor kids that are starving to death and all these poor kids out there. He knows. He's up there high enough to know about the satanic worshiping, spirit cooking thing with the pedophilia thing. He knows about that. And if he knows about it and doesn't do something about it, he's part of it.
Well, let me tell you a story. Here's something that happened to Paul Bigley last year. Paul Bigley got on there and admitted to the simple fact that the devil is going to rise up in Israel. He did that speech, and I recorded it, and I put it up on my channel. That same afternoon, some truck or car hit him, about killed him. He lost his computer. Oh, yeah. See, you don't mess with those people. They will.
Wait a minute. Paul Bigley said that, and then he got hit by a car?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. He was in his truck, brand new truck, and he got sideswiped. He got T-boned.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. His wife was somewhere down south. I forget where she was at.
You don't mess with people. I mean, they're terrible people. They'll kill your whole family.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think? Well, it's crazy. When I get into that Trump story, it's like, are you kidding me? Is Trump's daughter really a woman, or is she a man? Or
what? I never heard about that story.
Are
you kidding me?
I don't know. You got to remember, if you look up Israel,
Ivanka Trump, are you talking about his beautiful daughter that's just beautiful?
Yep. Just beautiful guys. Satan's beautiful.
Hang on a second.
Yeah, but I watched her since she was a little kid, because I wasn't that much.
Hang on a second.
I'm 52. She's not that much younger.
Vaughn.
Go ahead, Jim.
Vaughn.
Yes.
Please stop watching Russian vids, man. Come on, man. Come on. I know where you got that from. I know that you were watching the Russian vids.
Like that.
Come on, man. Don't go there.
But where I was leading with this is, regardless if he loves his daughter, okay, if he's banging his daughter, hell, I don't know.
No,
I'm pretty sure that he is. I'm pretty sure that he is. If he's not now, he has in the past.
Type in Israel and type in gay rights. They are the originator. Why the hell you think Hitler threw those Jews out of the country? For pornography?
They've been thrown out of 35 countries.
Yes.
There are 35 countries on the planet right now that if you're Jewish or claim to be Jewish, you cannot be in that country.
Right.
So
it's not that they just like their beliefs. I mean, if we stood by the laws that were already in place in this country, there wouldn't be one Muslim in this country, because that was enacted during when they formed the Marines. Back during that period of time when the Pirate Cove deal over there.
Right.
They set a law up that no Muslim will ever be allowed in this country. Well, look what we got. Okay, so we got the Muslims, we got the Jews. Well, the Jews love the Muslims here so they can aggravate the Christians. Do you not understand?
Right.
Christians are the ones that are the gun. Or the people that believe in Jesus Christ as their Savior. Let's make it simple.
The Goyim.
Because I'm called Christians.
The Goyim. They call us all Goyim.
Well, if you're a girl and a Christian, you're a shitska.
Right. That's the truth. That's the truth.
It's crazy. But we put up with this. And it tells you in the Bible, do not let anyone that does not believe in Jesus Christ as Savior rule over you. How does that work out for all you people out there that so believed and so heartily believed and voted these assholes in and watch it happen? And it ain't a peach. How come there's not an impeachment going on? I believe the American people have been drugged down, and this is serious, either between the water they drink, the food they eat, or the air they breathe. Something has gone on to change everybody in this country.
Oh, absolutely.
If you turn it back.
Fluoride, GMO foods, processed foods that aren't really food anymore.
And all those prescription drugs.
Yeah, prescription drugs, vaccines.
Depression,
yeah, crap in the water. You can't take a drink out of a fucking stream anywhere in the United States. I don't care where you go without there being some shit in it. It's everywhere. There's pollution everywhere.
Let me tell you something else. 4 years ago, I did a mathematical figure. It's mathematically impossible to put everybody in a FEMA camp. It's mathematically impossible to put.
They don't have to, man. These FEMA camps. Look. Wait. Back up. Everybody, look, for years they were talking about, oh, they're fencing off this old airport and they're fencing off this old military base and they're turning it into a FEMA camp. The FEMA camps are already there. I've been talking about this for over a year now, I think. The FEMA camps are New York, Philadelphia, Chicago, Louisiana, Houston, New Orleans. All they got to do now is ring the fucking city with drones, and you're not getting out. You're not getting out.
Well, they've already put the fence up because within 100, 150 miles from any perimeter out border of the United States, there's no constitutional rights. Is that not?
At 200 miles.
100 miles.
I thought it was 200 now. I thought it was
did
200
they
miles
extend
in
it?
from the border. And that's including the coastline.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, does that
People think
mean
it's
if you
just
go
across
out
Canada and
to
across the Mexican border. No, that includes, it's a ring. It's a ring around the United States. So 200
Right.
miles in from the coast.
So if I go out on a boat on Key Biscayne, where I grew up, on a boat just to get away from the United States, that means I have no rights if I go 100 miles past, like, the lighthouse?
You have no constitutional rights, period.
Oh.
If
You
you're
have
within,
no constitutional rights within the 100 miles of that border. Within our land. New York.
Why?
it might be 100 miles. I thought
Anything
it was
that's on
200.
the coast or on the borders.
The Patriot Act took care of that for you.
Yes.
Maybe
yes.
maybe it went from 50 to 100. Maybe that's what it was.
Wow. Well, what
'Cause
does
it
that
used to
mean
be-
to you
yeah.
if you're out on a boat that you have no rights?
That means
You
that
don't
the
have no
Coast
rights to
Guard
your
can
own
board
land.
you.
The same thing it means to you if you're on land.
Yeah,
You
the
have
Coast
same
Guard
rights.
can board your vessel anytime they want to. You can't say no. They can look through all your shit. You can't say no. You don't have. Yeah, you don't have. Look, when you're at one of these border crossing places, you can't.
Yeah.
The whole lock thing. Like there's something in the Constitution that says if it's in a locked compartment in your car that the cops can't search it. That don't apply. They'll get a crowbar.
Oh.
Yeah, they'll get a crowbar and break your trunk open if you won't open it for them. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You have no
They
constitutional
wouldn't,
rights.
take your ham radio and stuff, would they?
Oh yeah, look, QE says, anyone remember the movie Escape from New York?
Yeah, really. That was a good
No.
movie. That tells
Yeah.
you about it.
That's
I
exactly. They
never
turned
saw
that whole
that.
island into a
Snake
prison.
Plissken.
Yeah, Snake Plissken, Kurt Russell,
Yep.
one of his best
What was
roles.
it about?
They had to
It's
go in,
It
didn't
was
didn't
New
they?
York was a
What
prison.
was it?
But then
Yeah.
didn't they kidnap the president and they took him inside the walls and Pliskin had to go in and break him out? Isn't that what it was? They had the president held hostage. Somebody
Yep.
had the president held hostage and they took him into New York. New York Island, Staten Island was a prison, and they kidnapped the president, took him in there, and they got Snake Plissken to go in there and get him out.
Exactly.
What year did it take place in the movie? The 70s, 80s, 90s?
Oh no, it was
What?
it was in
It was the
future.
70s.
It was that's when the movie was made, but it was in the future. It was a futuristic flick because they injected him with something. They injected Pliskin with something, and they was like, if you're not back in 48 hours, then this is going to explode in your body and kill you. You make it back with the president, we got something that'll turn it off.
Well, I'm not going to turn this around to something else, but I call a message that Texas has made it illegal to have sanctuary cities.
Yeah,
Do
Yeah,
you know?
I saw that. I saw
and
that
if the
too.
if the sheriffs don't comply, they get removed from office and go to prison.
Now that is a good step.
Yeah.
But you got to admit now. Look, a sheriff is an elected official. So if the state goes around and starts jerking these fucking wishy-washy, sheriff's departments, starts fucking around with them, then the people are going to get pissed. They're going to be like, "Who are you to come in here and take one of our elected officials away?" If we don't like the way he's running shit, we'll vote him out of office. I don't know. I just see some problems with it. Any kind of overarching laws like that, I just see a problem. I know they're going to have problems out of it, especially around Austin.
Well, was the guy that got pulled out of the FBI what was his belief? Did he have a belief? But did he have an open belief, or you can almost bet the next man they put in? You know what? You can hang on him. You can hang that stupid blue flag with that stupid Satan star on it, because that's what he's going to be.
Yeah. And he's probably going to be all about the border wall too, man. He's probably going to be out there stomping around about the border wall, wasn't it built and shit? Because he's going to be unless the puppeteers, drag in another puppet. I mean, if it's going to be some Trump pick, if he's really going to be able to pick who's going in the big chair at the FBI, then it's going to be somebody that's going to fall in line with what he wants. Right? There's still people out there now that are thinking that Trump is still trying to buck the system. You know, doing all these, making all these firings and shit, and see, he's going along with him for a little bit, but then he throws a fork in it. No. This is all going to be roll around and make exactly what they want happen. You watch. Trump is not trying to buck the system.
You're exactly right. When you said earlier, you guys, when you were talking earlier about how we're doing the left hand, and over here you got Lance over here watching the right hand. Well, not too many people are watching that right hand, but that is the problem right there. The right hand that's actually watching what's going on, it's not really about Trump or any of that crap. It's about the people above them that nobody knows about, hears about, even knows where they live or even knows anything about.
Right. The people that are running shit, that are really running shit.
Yeah, like the top ones, the banking cartel and the top dogs.
Yeah, the Jews.
The
Jews. We got to stop calling them New World Order and
military-industrial complex.
They're the Jews.
I will say that.
It's all the damn Jews. It's not the Masons, all that
the Zionists.
Shit. They're infiltrated in everything. They are
It doesn't matter what they are. I'm just saying military-industrial complex. You got the corporate oligarchies, I think is what they call it. Help me out here, Jimmy, anytime.
Corporate oligarchy, yeah.
Yeah, like exactly. The corporate oligarchies.
But see, you got to get the big picture, though, Kim. I mean, you're talking about all these corporations and stuff that are trying to run the planet. It's because they're all owned by the same fucking bankers, you know?
Right. That's the banking cartel. Right. They're the biggest ones.
Right.
They're
exactly.
in charge of everything.
Exactly.
It's not really about Trump and all them.
And it's idiots. Here's another thing, Vaughn. I want to throw this out there, Vaughn. The people that are over there, like Bibi Netanyahu and his whole clan of fucking, ne'er-do-wells or whatever, they claim to be Jewish. They're not. They're Zionists, and that's all they are. They use the Jewish thing to try to get all the shit that they want done because, like, the poor Jews and the 6 million that got killed, whatever. They're not really. The Hasidic Jews don't like them either. You know what I mean? The guys with the curly fucking hair and the run around doing the whole. They don't like the Zionists either. They don't like what they're doing to Palestine. They don't like the fact that they've been bombing the shit out of those people for 100 fucking years and not accomplishing anything but trying to steal land and eliminate that people from the face of the earth. So I don't know. I call them Zionists.
Well, we can call them whatever you want to call, but if a person truly doesn't believe, if he believes in the Creator, then he believes upon the Son of Jesus Christ. If he believes upon the Son of Jesus Christ, he has the way to heaven. If you do not believe in Jesus Christ, you are a believer of the Antichrist, which is Satan. And there is no if and buts about it. I don't care what they want to call themselves. They crucified Jesus, all right? They're the ones that are screaming and holding their hand up and saying, we're going to take Mount Hermon away from Syria because that's where the fallen angels made their pact to take the women of the earth and went against the Lord.
Right.
They figure that's a gateway to heaven.
Right.
Now, those kind of people, I don't want nothing around me. Okay? If I wanted that kind of stuff, I'd start pinging them. Just like little gooks in Vietnam. Are you kidding me?
Well, I don't know what's going to happen when this shit all shakes out, but I can tell you this. The people that are causing the trouble now, they all have names and addresses. They all have names and addresses.
And they know mine. They know mine, Jim, and I've told them many, many times, come see me. You want to see how serious I am about what I feel about you? Because I have no respect for you at all. Because those that are right with the Lord and Jesus Christ do have a way into heaven. Yeah. You may take this body, which is rotting and falling apart at 68 years old, but you'll never take my soul or my spirit.
Right.
You'll never take it from me.
They're going to have to, my dead body, they're going to have to take my gun out of my body, of my dead hands, because I am so tired of being threatened like that. I played racquetball yesterday, had a blast after work, and I'm telling you, they cannot have my body either. I like being alive. I like being free as I can say I am, working the way I do. But no, they may not have my body either.
The reason I say that is because everything that they created within fear. Okay, that's why they've got American people so scared. It's either
Screw them.
you screw up
Right.
on your taxes, or they're going to take your home away from you. I mean, they've got so many ways of threatening you, and people don't get this. They don't get who they're dealing with
No,
and who
because
who
they've
controls the country.
no, that's exactly right, Vaughn, because they have been born into the system. When you're born into the system, you don't question the system. You think it's the real thing.
And nobody
From the
tells
word go.
you damn anything.
Right.
And
This
the
this
few
is
people
why
that are really at the top, like the
this is
Clintons
why
and the
they
people up until now,
despise the internet, man. They regret ever letting the internet go to the human population. They regret this to it's going to be their downfall. It is going to be their downfall because information travels at the speed of light and they can't stop it. There's so much
They
out
can
there
shut
right
down
now.
The internet, you're wrong.
Everything-
Jimmy. They can
everything
shut it
that's-
down.
No, well, they can shut it down, yeah, sure. But there's guys out there now that have the technology that'll bring it right back. So long as
Here's
the
one thing. Let me say-
infrastructure is still in place, they can pull the plug, right? They can drop the power or whatever. But until they go around and physically cut all the lines to everybody's fucking house and stop all the Wi-Fi, and they won't ever get rid of it. They won't ever get rid of it. There's already dark webs out there.
Well, let me say this, Jimmy. There's nobody on this panel that's talking to you people out there right now that wishes violence or harm upon anybody. I've seen enough violence and harm upon people in my life. I do not wish that on anyone. But what I would like to see is you stop treating us like trash, like monkeys. We're not monkeys. We're not trash. And quit enslaving us and our children and our children's children. That's all we ask of you people. But you don't have the heart to do it.
They don't have a heart, period. They're Satanists.
Yeah, I believe that a lot of their humanity's gone because of their beliefs.
There's no empathy whatsoever. They're not raised with it whatsoever. These people kill babies and eat them. And they do all
That's the
kinds of
truth.
satanic worship and pedophilia. I'm telling you, these are not normal humans.
Go look at the crucifixion of care. When they go to meet at Bohemian Grove and they all gather around that big stone owl out there that they call Moloch, they have this little thing that they call the cremation of care. Go look into what that ceremony actually is and what they do.
They kill something.
They kill someone.
Yeah.
They
Well, see,
sacrifice a human being.
This conversation started out with the FBI.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I believe in
This
my
is the
heart
kind of shit
somebody-
that kind of shit is what the FBI needs to be investigating. Why are
There
all
you
these
go.
fucking elite people meeting out in California once a year and gathering around this stone owl, worshiping some other fucking god? Why are they doing
The head
that?
of the
Yeah,
F-
somebody
the head of the
killed.
FBI is in that echelon of people that would be there, though. So
You're
Well,
right. You're right. You're
So
right.
how deep
That's
does the
it
fucking
right there.
rabbit hole go, brother? How deep does the corruption go? All the way to the top.
goes all the
way to the
way.
top, baby.
It goes all the way. All the way.
it would have
That's why
to. It would
everybody's
have to, or else it
protected.
wouldn't exist.
Well, that's why everybody's protected, guys. That's why it will never stop, because it's corruption everywhere.
That's exactly right.
Everybody's corrupt.
That's why
Everybody's
this is-
corrupt. Every level.
That's why it needs to stop. That's why this whole thing it
How does
can't.
that happen?
I think somebody's coming back to put a stop to it.
Oh, you mean? Oh, okay.
Yeah, and here's
This-
the thing I've said. I even put a video out. It's been a couple years ago. I said, all you people that support and love Israel so much, would you please, we'll all get together and buy you a plane ticket so you can go fight the war. Our people here, our children are tired of fighting this war. You know, I got bombarded for that little video, but you know, I meant every minute of it. I sure did.
We give Israel $10 million a minute. If they can't live on $10 million a minute, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't think that any country deserves that kind of money. I don't understand how they got away with it for this long. $38 billion a year. Do the math, people.
Well, every
It's
president
ridiculous.
that, if you go back through time, if you listen really close and catch some of their rhetoric, they've all brought up poor Korea, North Korea. You got to remember this Kim guy he's an educated man, a well-educated man.
Yep.
He's not a slough off, and he has every right, like any other country in this world, to protect themselves, like America does. Do you know Israel has never been put on the line for the shit they have?
No.
Never been questioned. How's that work out for you people out there?
Israel sunk our ships before and never suffered any consequences.
Well, anybody we give stuff to has immunity.
Oh, absolutely, because they're buying weapons from us, right?
No, the Jews are making the weapons and selling it to themselves. I mean, they're getting all the money all the way around.
That's true.
Those are factories.
Anybody listening to me got a Soda Stream? Soda Stream is made by.
Stream, what does that mean?
Yeah, I do.
Do you really? You know that's made by
What
Mossad.
does that mean, Jimmy?
That company that makes Soda Stream is owned by Mossad, and all the money, all the proceeds that from the sales of those go to Mossad. Did you know that?
What is Soda Stream?
It's a way to make soda at home in your house with carbonated water.
Oh, so that's owned by Mossad?
Well, the
Which
company
isn't
is owned
Jewish,
by
right?
the company is owned by someone that supports Mossad.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. That was introduced
They're
back
actually
in the
made.
late 80s.
They're actually made in a factory that's on Palestinian land illegally.
Wow. So they stole it from somebody.
Yeah, the land over there, when they go build all their houses and stuff, when they steal all the Palestinian land and cut down all the trees and shit.
Yeah, they do steal a lot of the Palestinian stuff.
That's where the Soda Streams are made.
I always feel sorry for all the kids.
Well, Lance will agree with this. I believe humanity itself is being played by these kings. And that's what I'm going to call them, kings of these countries. Because they know they'll never go to the battlefield, Putin or any of these clowns. So they're playing a population. China has had a one-child deal for a long time. I don't know how many generations. And they got so many men. They got the biggest army in the world. So they're ready to eliminate some. Apparently, we've got some people over here they want to get rid of that aren't a part of their path. And, I mean, it just goes on and on and on. It's elimination. And if you notice, every time we attack someone, they're living in tents and got camels. Those people never bothered anybody.
No.
And the cities they got, because of the money that we spent on the oil that we should have never done. Thank you, Reagan, you asshole.
Look at the $80 million that we wasted, or well, more than that, $100 million that we wasted with the fucking Syrian strike with the Tomahawk missiles. Half of them fell in the fucking ocean.
Yeah.
It's a waste of money. Okay, hang on a second. I got to hit something that's in the room here. Kim, Jeannie wants to know where you hide your AR-15 on your body.
Actually, I bought a little gun case for it that has like a shoulder strap.
Right.
And I just keep it in a locked closet.
Oh.
I thought about purchasing a gun cabinet, but that would be like a little piece of furniture you could carry out the front door. So I just thought maybe a upstairs cabinet closet would be good.
The best gun
with a key lock.
The best gun is the one that's available when you need it, not locked away in a closet upstairs. You should have one right on your desk in front of you, Well,
I have a Glock next to my bed on the floor, next to my bed up against a chest of drawers. That's a whole separate gun. It's a handgun, though.
You should, I know. I'm holding one up to the camera right now. You
Ain't she from Indiana? Aren't you from Indiana?
No, Georgia.
Georgia.
Aren't you in Georgia? Aren't you in Georgia, Kim?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
But I grew up in South Florida.
Okay.
And up north. I also grew up north and on the West Coast, so I've grown up everywhere. But I grew up a lot down in South Florida.
Well, you must have done a lot of growing.
I did a lot of growing. I'm telling you, I had a good life. I wish I could have repeated a lot of the things that I got to experience.
Oh, don't we all?
I wish I could have done that for my kids, because I don't think my kids got to experience as many, really, really cool things that I got to grow up with that I took for granted up until I didn't have them anymore. But those experiences were pretty nice, and they kind of made me who I am today.
Like lawn darts with the 4-inch spikes that we had as kids.
Oh, those were awesome, man! How many friends do you know? How many friends do you know that got spiked through the foot I got at least 3.
Yeah, I never
at least
had
3 of my
those.
friends caught one of those through the top of their foot.
Well, that's why I was a journeyman welder. I got to be a gypsy. Believe me, all over the country. Brenda and I forget how many. She could pack. I'd say we got to go. She could pack the house and we'd be gone. I mean, and unpack within a couple of days. I mean, I forget how many places we lived in, how many different states, but I've seen a lot and met a lot of people in this country, and I love a lot of people. There's a lot of good people in this country.
I agree.
It's not just the internet, because these were times before the internet.
Right.
Back then it was phone calls, and I've got people I've known all over the country that I've only ever talked to on the phone, But the internet has brought, and it's biblical, it has brought the world closer because we were able to talk to the world. And the
That's
world
true.
listens to us, They definitely do listen to us.
It's true. I mean, I have friends in Denmark. I have friends in Egypt, friends in Chicago, and people all over the United States that I can interact with on a daily basis if I want to.
I'm willing to bet that your friends in Egypt are American.
No, actually, they're Egyptian, and she's in college getting her master's. She's going into her doctorate, but
Holy
I
cow.
also have a friend in Japan, so that's what the internet's done for me.
Awesome. Very awesome.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
Well, I'm my wife's pedicure, manicure, and hairstylist, and I used to go to this little beauty salon place to buy the stuff to do her hair, perm and that. Never dyed it, but perm her hair. And that lady was a Christian Arabic, okay? She was from one of the Arabic countries. And I'm going to go back a whole long time ago, back into the 90s.
There's Christians in Iran.
She would start crying, telling me how mistreated they were. And it never struck me hard till I realized what she was really saying when I seen us go to war and the atrocities that went down. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this woman is 100%, And, after that, we had, we talked when the customers weren't around, but she was a very wonderful person. She told me a lot about what goes on over there. And it's pretty sad.
Yeah, those people are totally cool. There's a lot of really cool people, and they're Christians because I was sent a picture of, the mother. There's so many different renditions, but this was like an old Byzantinian rendition of the Mother Mary with the Jesus Christ child. And his family sent me that. And so there's a lot of Egyptian Christians. And since the radical Islamist extremists have gone in there with the help of America, I'm pretty sure, has been able to go in there and unhinge their government. Now the whole thing is all radical Islamist extremists. So it's very dangerous to be a Christian there.
It's dangerous to be a Christian anywhere.
Right.
Yes, it is.
When they overthrew Egypt, part of those people were Christians and part of those people were Muslims. But the people as a whole realized they were getting the wrong end of that deal because Americans had put that leader in position but as a puppet. And they decided to remove him. And that pissed America off. Trust me, it did.
Yeah, but all those good people that didn't do anything, I mean, there were enough people to have stopped it, just like there were enough people here to have stopped some of what's going on. And nobody stood up.
No, there's no money in stopping it.
Yeah, but look what happened in South Korea. I was proud of those people when I heard about what happened when they found out that their female president, which was, I think, the daughter of the dead ex-president or whatever, when they found out that she had some kind of spirit medium that was like 36, it was really running the country because she was all into the satanic pedo worshipping crap.
Like, you got to get the fuck out.
They stood up in 3 million people and fired her ass.
Yep. You got to get the fuck out.
At least South Korea stood up.
But now look at the dude they got in there now. Look at that wishy-washy motherfucker that's going to do everything the UN tells him to do.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
No, just like France. Macron won in France, Check this out. Check this out now. Look, this is a stolen election. If you've ever seen a stolen election, everybody that was interviewed said that Le Pen was going to win. All the way up until the day of the election. All the headlines in the papers and stuff were Macron, 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 Macron. They didn't even show her face on the media, right? But when you asked everybody out in the crowds who they were going to vote for, it was Le Pen, Le Pen, Le Pen. In the polls and stuff that they
sounds
took,
like the Clinton
it was Le Pen.
election.
Exactly. But they pulled it off, though, right? She didn't win. It wasn't like a Trump
Yeah,
thing.
but it had to. I'm sure the election machines were just like ours, rigged because they're privately owned, which is outrageous. How can they be privately owned? Come on.
He took the
But
election.
the way their politics work, she's now the leader of the second large or most powerful party there, so she's still got a big part in it.
All right.
But she's not the president.
Right,
So
right.
the Democrats and Republicans, if you will, they ain't even involved anymore. They made it at the bottom.
He won the election with 66.06% of the vote. 66.06%. And here's a kicker. When he was accepting the presidency, when he was doing his old speech and whatever, he didn't play the French Union song. He played the European Union song when they were done. and
Oh
walking off
my
the stage.
God, you're kidding.
So
me.
that was like a big fuck you to everybody that wanted to leave, that wanted to do a Frexit like Britain did.
No nationalism for him. No sovereignty for him.
No. He's doing exactly what he's told to do by the puppets that got him in where he's supposed to go. And look at his old lady,
Little
for Christ's
faggot.
sake. His old lady looks like a monkey.
What old lady?
Macron's wife is like 60 fucking some years old. He's 38. This kid's not even 40.
Oh my God, you're kidding.
The kid's not even 40 years old, and he's the president of France.
And he's married to a monkey that's 68?
68, 62, something. She's in her 60s.
Oh, yeah, that whole thing just stinks. Let me tell you something.
I think that she is a what do they call it? She is a beard for this faggot. I honestly, if you look at him, he looks like a faggot. I'm sorry. That's just, I got nothing against gay people, really, so long as you keep all your shit to yourself in your bedroom. But if you look at him, he to be married to somebody no, I'm not buying it. She's a beard. She's Michelle Obama, but she's still got her titties. They're real, I guess.
I still don't get it.
He married his teacher, Mark said. I didn't know that. I didn't know she used to be his teacher. But that's even
So
creepier.
is a woman or no?
That's even creepier now that you brought that up, dude.
So that's a woman or no?
Nothing wrong with the age difference, Spring said. 30 years, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. 30 years, that's stretching it just a tiny bit, I'm thinking.
So, Jimmy, I was wondering, if she's a beard, does that mean that she's a woman or a man?
No, that means she's a woman, but she's playing his wife. You know what I mean? They got married for the visual effect to the public.
And I agree. Age is irrelevant. I mean, when I'm 60, I'd hope to have a 30-year-old woman too. So
I bet you do.
Age is irrelevant.
Yeah, I know, but there's something just more socially acceptable. I'm sure it's not politically correct to say this, or sexistly correct, if that's even a word. I don't know. I make up fake words sometimes, guys. But it just seems more appropriate to me to be married to an older man for a woman than for a really older woman. Like, we're talking 20 years. That is disgusting. If I were a guy, I wouldn't touch that.
20,
It
that's
wouldn't cross
30
my mind to
plus,
touch
man.
that.
Almost 30. They're saying that she's 64 now, and he's 38. So that's almost
That's gross.
30
Would
years.
you want to touch that seriously?
He's going to be changing her Depends really soon, man. When
That was an awkward silence.
when he's wanting to go out to the bar, she's going to be needing help in her wheelchair. So I'm
You
just
have
saying.
to consummate the marriage.
They're all saying now, or QE saying that she's his handler.
Wow.
Yeah, Mark
Yeah,
Aaron
probably.
says that she's his handler.
And age
groomed from a
is
Rothschild.
truly irrelevant. We're all thousands of years old. We'll be in here many, many, many times. So age is irrelevant.
Yeah, I've had some shitty karma, guys. I think
Okay.
I must have been the person that, pulled the guillotine lever in my past life. I must have done something really crappy because I've had some rough luck. If that's true, you guys, I'm wondering. I always wonder about stuff like that.
I hear you.
I think it's unfair, though. If
I'm
that's
pissing
the
some
truth,
people
that's
off,
unfair
man.
that I should have to pay that back in this life.
I'm pissing some people off making something of the age difference. So that's just my opinion, man. It's just my opinion. What my grandmother
it's
tell
your
I
me?
mean, age is
My grandmother-
truly irrelevant. I
my
mean,
grandmother
but
told
you're
me-
right. She is probably a handler.
My grandmother told me half your age plus 7. Half your age plus 7 is the lowest that you
What
should.
does that mean?
That's the lowest you should try to date. Or
So
be
what
in a
would that
relationship.
mean for you?
Half my age would be 24, plus 7 would be 31. And that's still pushing it for me. I think that the 30-somethings are doofuses, most of them. Or complete
Yeah, I
fucking
mean,
liars.
what would you even talk about? Wouldn't the sex get old at one point, and then what would you have?
Well, that's what I'm... she's telling me to shut the fuck up. Sorry, Springy.
Hey, Jim, does that
There's
mean
just-
I can have two 20-year-olds?
Yeah, there you go, Vaughn. Just do some addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. The thing is, man, you're going to be so far apart on your belief systems and just, generation gap. Come on, man. Generation gap is just fuck. I find there are very few 20-somethings or 30-somethings that I have anything in common with. When they start opening their mouths, nothing comes out but complete fucking drivel.
I love you
know,
so much, Jimmy.
I got
because
nothing.
You are so right.
I got nothing, Most of the 20 and 30-somethings are working at fucking McDonald's.
I work with a lot of 20 and 30 and 40 somethings that are, all medical field in everywhere I work. And they don't know anything about anything. And they don't even care.
Melania Trump is
So-
47 and Donald's 70. Melania's just in it for the money, man. Come on. You know she ain't fucking that big fat motherfucker. That's why she stayed in New York with the kid. She got some pool boy or something that she's slapping it, she ain't fucking that big fat son bitch. That's eye candy for him. He goes out and buys his sex. If they were fucking each other, she'd be living in the White House with him, not his daughter. So I'm just saying.
Why would anybody vote somebody in that's 70 freaking years old?
That well,
What
yeah,
was the
that's
question? Why would anybody what?
vote somebody into office at 70. No, I think our president shouldn't exist. To be honest with you, I mean, I don't think that I need anybody telling me how to live my life or run my shit and my whatever. But how old was Kennedy? Kennedy was in his 40s, wasn't he? 47,
Right.
48, something like that, huh?
Yeah, he was
No,
young.
I want to say he was like 42 or something like that.
Was he that young? I didn't think he was that young.
Yeah, he was. He was young.
I'm just saying, I don't know what it is, but see, these people are all, they think they're rock stars as soon as they get into office, right? As soon as you give a senator some kind of tip of the hat and elect them into office, they all think they're fucking rock stars, and they think that they can't do any wrong, and they just want to stay up there forever. Who was that? Byrd? Wasn't Byrd in the Senate? And he was 90-some fucking years old, man. Been in the Senate over 50 years. Come on, man. Go home. Get a job. Stop leeching off the tit of the fucking people.
He probably sat there with it depends on because he shit on himself all day long.
Yeah, the guy couldn't hardly talk when they bring him up to the microphone and shit, slobbering all over himself. Come on, man. Fuck. We're a joke now. The United States government is a fucking joke to everybody except the dumb sheep in this country that still cast their votes. Anyway.
Do we have a way to change it? No, we don't, guys, but we sure as hell can complain about it. That's our freedom.
You don't change it. You don't change the system. You make another one that makes the system obsolete. You
Ooh, I
can't
like
you can't
that.
change it from within. All these people that think they're going into the Congress to change things. I'm going to go make a change. No, you're not. You're going to get bought out like the rest of the motherfuckers. You can't change a system from within. You make another one that makes that system obsolete.
Yeah, and you better be careful as to what parties you go to and get drunk at. You might end up having something in a little folder about yourself being a pedo freak, and then you'll be bought by them, bought and paid for.
Yeah, Mark Aaron saying term limits. No, not term limits. Go the fuck home. We don't need you anymore. Let's try anarchy for a little bit. We've been doing this bullshit for over 100 years, and it ain't worked yet. It's got us $20 trillion in debt and corruption out the ass. Let's try some anarchy for a little bit and see if the people can't take care of themselves, because I'm pretty sure we can. I'm pretty sure we can.
Bartering, get rid of the government, get rid of the banks, and let's go to bartering.
Right.
Just, get along with people. Actually, you know what? That would mean people would have to get off their ass and go outside if they're hungry and barter with somebody, or actually grow a garden or do something.
Right.
But what about my roads, man? Who's going to fix my roads?
Who fixes them now? Who fixes them now?
Get out.
I drive over potholes every fucking day.
You ain't going to want to walk on them hot-ass roads. You'll be looking for that nice, cool breeze of metal to walk in with your bare feet.
Kennedy was 44 years old, they said, the 35th president.
44. Yeah, he about died on the PT-109, that incident, and they brought him back with cortisone. I mean, he lived the rest of his life on cortisone, well, till they blew his brains out or whatever happened to him.
He was smoking pot in the White House, too.
Well, hell, he was banging Marilyn Monroe. Why not?
Yep.
Well, good for him that he was smoking pot.
They actually, it was prescribed to him for his pain.
Sure.
Back in the day, they knew, man. They used to make cough syrup with indica in it. They knew. The only reason that marijuana in any way, shape, or form is illegal is because the pharmaceutical industries wanted that money.
Well, the paper and everything was used. They used hemp plants. You know that.
The original Declaration of Independence,
because of the hemp industry.
Yeah,
right.
Well, the original Declaration of Independence was written on hemp paper.
All right.
Hemp. I think every Navy rope up until the 40s or something like that was made out of hemp because it lasted so long.
I don't really understand something. What is hemp? Is that rope?
It's a marijuana plant, but it's a cousin to the marijuana plant. They look almost identical.
So they take the plant and they turn it into paper?
Yeah, they make textiles out of it.
There's no THC or anything in it.
Right. There's no hallucinogenic properties to it or anything like that. I don't think it buds, actually. I think it just grows.
It's just
large,
a secondary
tree-like.
way to use that plant. It's
a
hemp,
totally different
like
plant. It's a totally different plant than marijuana.
Oh.
But hemp is just,
so that's pretty neat.
It lasts longer than cotton clothes. Clothes made out of hemp last longer. There's all kinds of textiles. You can make hempcrete and build houses out of it.
Why don't they use that then? Why don't we grow that?
Oh,
because it could cut all the trees down then.
Right.
Yeah, the forest industry was too large because you can, in a square mile, you can grow. There's no money to be made. I mean, you can, in a square mile, you can grow more than, I don't remember what the equation was, but it was a massive amount of forest that it would take. So it's all about money.
Oh, so hemp is from the trees?
No, hemp is a plant that you grow in the ground like corn.
Oh,
but then they wouldn't have to log. They wouldn't have to log and everything else. There's good money in that,
and it's perennial too. It just keeps coming back. You cut it off above the ground.
You can buy
and leave a little bit growing.
You can build houses out of hemp. You don't need wood.
Yep, it makes all kinds of different textiles.
Hey, that sounds really neat. They should be doing that.
They are doing it in Tennessee right now.
They have been doing it. You just don't hear about it.
There's foreign countries that are making all kinds of hemp clothes and stuff. You can buy them online. But they just gave the big nod to Tennessee, some farmers in Tennessee, and I think they've got 30 or 40,000 acres of hemp growing over there, and they're going to try to start it, break the ice with everything, see how it goes.
Ooh, I kind of want to get something that's made by hemp to see what it feels like.
Go Google it. It's worth the Google. All right, thank God we're through the fucking show, man. I can't believe we made it all the way through the show just talking about random shit.
I know. We
Lets
really
me know I
did.
still got
There was absolutely nothing about this show where we talked about something too specific.
Hey, before we do get out of here, I want to tell everybody the shirt that you saw earlier, and I'm going to show you again right now. This is a Flying Monkey Tattoo Parlor. This is a buddy of mine, lives down in Harrison, Arkansas. Him and his wife run Flying Monkey Tattoos. You can check him out on
Is he a
Facebook.
fan of Wizard of Oz or something?
Oh, yeah.
Because that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
I thought of when I saw it.
He likes all that kind of shit. He's really big into Star Wars and stuff like that too. So yeah, check him out on Facebook. Go give him a thumbs up, give him a like. The show is not sponsored by them or anything like that. He's just a really good friend of mine, really good tattoo artist, very talented individual. Go check out some of the stuff he's done. And if you're ever down through Harrison, Arkansas, swing in there and get a tattoo. Right? All right. So, anything else? Anybody else want to jump in there right before the end of the show and say anything that's really important and on top of your stack of stuff?
Yeah, it's been real, guys.
Real quick, that story about what our driver's training in Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to mention that real quick.
Yeah. Go for it.
So I saw a story on the news yesterday morning. The governor signed it into law yesterday. It takes effect in like a month or so. So part of driver's training is in the parking lot, a policeman pulls them over. So they know how to react or act when a cop comes up. So hands at 10 and 2, put the windows down, obey, obey.
Felony stop. Put your hands out the window, take the keys out of the ignition and drop them outside on the ground. Yeah, that's going to be a felony stop shit. I wonder how many students are going to get shot to death during training. This is just, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous.
That's funny.
They're gonna teach you.
Yeah, I wonder how realistic the driver's training is going to be. Are they going to role play somebody getting shot? Because
Right.
that's what happens every day.
Right. That one 17-year-old kid said, "What are you going to do? Shoot me?" And the fucking cop shot him 7 times. He didn't even have a gun.
Are you serious?
Yeah. He was just giving the cop some lip, like any teenager's going to do. He was giving the cop some, flipping off at the mouth a little bit. And he knew most of his rights. He was like, "Why'd you pull me over, officer? I wasn't doing anything wrong. I wasn't speeding. I used my turn signal, blah, blah, blah." And the cop didn't like anything being thrown back at him, right? So he was like, "Get out of the car, get out of the car." And the kid kind of gave him some guff for a little bit. This is all on video. You can find the fucking video on YouTube. He gave him some guff a little bit, and he got out of the car, and the cops kept lifting off at him, and the kid said, "What are you going to do, shoot me?" And the fucking cop shot him.
Oh my God.
Shot him 7 times and killed him.
Wow.
So
That's just crazy.
that's why I said earlier in the show that the police departments in this country are out of fucking control.
Well, and it gives the good cops a really bad.
Wait a second. I have an answer to that too. If there were good cops out there, they would be arresting the bad cops.
True.
That's right. Well, they need to put on the side of the police car,
So-
"Stairway to Heaven."
You can call yourself a good cop all you want to, and you can sit in the room and tell me, "I know good cops, I know good cops." When they step up and start arresting some of these fuckos, then I'll give them their props. Until then, you are complicit.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. With that being said, that's a good way to end the show, man, on a nice little short rant. Boom!
Well, hey, on that note, I have one thing to say too.
What's that?
The thing I have to say, I have this little thing on my fridge that says, "All that is necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing."
To do nothing. Yep,
That's right,
And I don't
Jim.
know who wrote that.
that's right. I think that was
It
a
was like Thomas Jefferson.
yeah. I
or
think that
something
was a
like
Thomas Jefferson thing or something.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good thing.
Yep.
Saying anyway.
All right.
Well, it's been good, Jim, Lance, Jim. Thank you guys for having
Hey,
me on.
appreciate it, Vaughn. I'm
Good
glad we
night.
finally got you in there.
But have a great night.
Good night.
Oh wow, it's starting to rain here. I just saw lightning on the cameras.
Cool.
Jeannie, you weren't supposed to send it over here that fast. All right.
All right. Bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Love, peace, and cookies, everybody. Take care. We'll see you on Saturday.